Hey guys.
Hey guys.
We're back with another Syfy Friday review, this time reviewing ZNation Season 2, Episode 7, titled Down the Mississippi. If you haven't seen the episode and you want to avoid any spoilers, you're going to want to skip this video and come back later, because everything we say from this point forward is going to be a spoiler. Okay, this, I would say, is definitely not my favorite episode of ZNation ever.
No, but you know, they've had like a really strong season. They've had a lot of really, really good episodes. It's alright for them to have one that was not as good as the other ones.
And it could be something as simple as the rest of the season has been so good that this one just didn't quite live up to the bar they set.
Yeah, like, we've had some amazing episodes here lately. So, I mean, had this one come first, we'd probably be like, oh wow, this was a great episode. But, you know...
It's a really high bar this season.
Yeah.
This has been a really good season. This episode just didn't quite live up to it for us. ZNation is a very funny show. There's a lot of humor. And the comedy relief in this episode came from Skeezy and Sketchy. And it's just not our sense of humor.
We personally just don't find them that funny. I mean, I was giggling a little bit. It's not like they're not funny. They're just not as funny as the rest of the show normally is. Well, for us.
Skeezy's monologue during the trial.
Yeah, that was funny.
Was pretty funny.
That was funny.
That was pretty funny.
I'm not trying to confuse you with random facts. I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what you're doing.
It seemed to me initially when the episode, in the first, 10, 15 minutes, I thought, oh man, are they doing like, ZNation Deliverance? Because that would be amazing. And then when it turned out to be something a little bit different, maybe that's where my personal disappointment is coming from. But the town they get taken to, it's almost kind of Woodbury-ish.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, the town's really not all that bad. They found a use for the Z's. I mean, like, as an outsider looking in on an apocalypse situation that I'm not living in, I'm like, well, they're just there. So they were using it. I didn't think that was much of a problem.
The one girl that 10K ran into, he was supposed to run into a girl like every episode.
I know.
Which is awesome. I love that he keeps running into cute girls and he's like, hey, and then they're unavailable or they get separated somehow.
Or they die.
Yeah, or they die. In fact, people are speculating now about 10K and Addie. Because she gave him the condoms.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, maybe the 10K and Addie. And I'm like, I don't really know.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's definitely a difference in maturity level between those two characters.
They both look equally young. Like, Addie looks pretty young. I still think she's older than 10K is. Yeah. But maturity-wise, like, there's a huge age gap maturity-wise.
Yeah. But anyway, so 10K meets another cute girl. And her former husband, she's had two of them. And she's awfully young for having two husbands, too.
Wait, it's the apocalypse.
Yeah.
She gets passed.
Her former husband is one of the Z's who's pushing the wheel. It is very kind of the salt grinder from Conan the Barbarian, the very first Conan. I was like, oh, okay, little ode to Conan there. That was pretty cool. And he's one of the Z's working on that. And she has so much animosity toward the town that she wants to just burn it. And 10K is like, cool, let's do it.
And that's where the evil of the town is. It's not so much that they were using Z's for power. It's that they are turning people into Z's to use them. Like, as if there's not enough just around. And if they're like her second husband, she should have been allowed to give him mercy, and so that's kind of evil. But I mean, the bottom line, like the main plan, the core idea, not a bad idea.
Also, the town seems to be kind of run, or at least protected or overseen by the Zeros and Scorpion.
Yes.
Which we saw coming because of the promo images and stuff. But it still came as a little bit of a surprise that he was basically in charge of this town. This drug cartel is in charge of this very southern town. There's an interesting dynamic there, I thought.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting to see how many things he is actually a part of. It's like when the apocalypse happened, obviously the drug cartel's not really good business anymore.
It's not a priority for the
Yeah.
governments, and it's not good business anymore.
Yeah, like all your clients are probably dead, so you kind of got to move on. So he's kind of dipping his fingers in a whole bunch of different pots, and it's interesting to see what all he's into.
One thing I would love to know is how big is their area? And of course they had to backtrack because they made it, they were almost to California, but because of the bombs, they had to backtrack and go around the fallout. So they've been, getting farther away from their goal as opposed to closer to it. And it's just like they can't get out of Scorpion and the Zeros.
Yeah, it's like no matter where they go, it's his territory.
But how big is his territory? Because it seems pretty darn big.
Yeah, but he could be one of the only cartels that survived the apocalypse, and so he could pretty much have the run of most of the United States. It could basically all be his territory.
The other thing I want to talk about really briefly is Doc has a line in this episode where he's talking to Roberta, and he says, "I'm tired of moving on." And ZNation has never been really big on foreshadowing, but this to me seems like it could be foreshadowing perhaps Doc's demise.
Which we don't want, because Doc's one of our favorite characters.
Doc is my second favorite character.
Yeah,
he goes
Doc's
10K Doc Addy.
And mine's Addy 10K Doc.
So no. ZNation, no.
But Doc in this episode was really awesome. I like that he never gave up on 10K. The mission was secondary to his relationship with 10K. Him and 10K have gotten ridiculously close, and he didn't want to leave without him.
Yeah, it's a very father-son relationship.
Yeah, and I really liked that. I liked that they delved into it, because it's such a lighthearted show that sometimes the relationships, you kind of overlook them because it is so lighthearted. Mm-hmm. So this kind of drove it home that they are very, very close. They have a very close father-son relationship.
Yeah, absolutely. And 10K would do the same thing for Doc.
Yeah. If without a doubt, if anybody got left behind, I think 10K would stick around for him.
Yeah.
With the exception of maybe Murphy.
10K has a very intense sense of loyalty.
Yes.
Just the fact that he waited as long as he did to give Cassandra mercy.
Yeah.
And the fact that he was, you could tell he just crushed him that he had to do it. So his sense of loyalty is very intense. And the same thing with Doc. Okay, I think that's pretty much it for this review. If there's anything we missed, something you think we should have talked about that we didn't, let us know in the comments and we can discuss it down there. Also, if you enjoyed this review, and we certainly hope you did, be sure to let us know by clicking the like button and subscribe for more reviews.
And thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time.